Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Hopefully, Cinny, are you there?
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, he's there. This is going to be game number 2 between Mad Kings and SG Esports. SG taking the first game, Mad Kings holding their own in the first 10-15 minutes, but SG just eventually running them over. So this is going to be, again, the South American qualifiers for GESC Indonesia. Going to be held in the Bangkok International Trade and Exhibition Centre on the 9th till the 12th of May. In fact, the tournament did a qualifiers just for, I think it was a, let's take a look. Yeah, Thailand only qualifiers, you know, just to help grow the scene there. So there is going to be a Thai team competing at the minor once the LAN actually starts. And you know what helps? If we turn the game volume back up.
Radiance ban.
So, Chen, Omni Knight, kind of standard bands, you know, the Night Stalker, the Night Siren. I'm going to ask you, Night Siren at the minute, not really the most appealing position 1, but really looking great in the position 4. How do you feel about with the Meteor Hammer? You know, it's just really brought her back to life, don't you think?
Absolutely, yeah, massive. A couple of things had to happen. I think she got a not most recently, but the patch before, she got a few minor buffs. But the reduction in the channeling time of Meteor Hammer was huge. The song can save you from miles away. Plus, you can use it in conjunction with the Meteor Hammer to set up some massive team fight as well. And unsurprisingly, we see the first pick ET.
And I'm saying Indonesia for these qualifiers. It is actually Thailand qualifiers. I must have the wrong overlay or the wrong ticket. That's fine. Whatever. It's GESC. We all know what it is. As the Elder Titan once again picked up, Disrupt is going to be coming out now for Mad Kings. Do you think we see another Dark Willow, or do you think that was just like a one and done?
I think she's super strong. It's a case of, like, you know, does it?
Radiance ban.
I was gonna say, does it fit in with their lineup? But yeah, I think it's still a winning hero. I noticed they first picked Gyrocopter as like a ban pick, because SG did some serious work on it last game. So
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I mean,
Dyer's ban.
Oh, there it is. It's ban out because it does go well with the Elder Titan. From what I saw last match, that Elder Titan Dark Willow Underlord synergy was really there because you've got the sleep into one of the 2 routes and then the other one to follow up, and then the Firestorm over the top that just get you must get like 2/3 of the duration up between those 2 spells. Things like the Earth Splitter then, and there was just so much that really worked with the Dark Willow Elder Titan Underlord that, yeah, I'm not surprised that if she becomes one of those, you know, the first, or a top tier, one of those, the first 6 bans in the future.
Sure. Yeah, I think she's really good. She roams pretty well because of the brambles. Her right click's pretty great. She's got, I think, the lowest attack point in the game, possibly, other than maybe Sniper and Gyro, but attacks super fast. Yeah, it's just a great all-round hero and scales pretty well as well. So, you know, happy to see her banned though, because harsh to play against.
Radiance pick.
Talking about the Terrorblade, it's going to be the bands along with the Clockwork, and I'm actually surprised. I mean, is Clockwork good enough just to be one of those standard bands, or do you think there's anything specific in mind that the band and the hero out for?
Not against that draft, actually. I think thus far, Clock doesn't do great against either of those heroes, but he's just a great versatile pick. The DP again, okay. It can be played as a roaming hero, which of course they haven't got yet, or an offlaner. So,
and just like
10 seconds to go.
I mean, you think this is going to be? It's going to be the safe lane Razor, right? Up against the DP. And in the mid lane, you wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't really Razor though.
I think it's tough because the static link and Spirit Siphon kind of counter each other. I think maybe DP slightly wins that because of the Crypt Swarm spam and the Spirit Siphon's slightly longer range. But I don't know. We'll see. Because of course mid lane is seldom a 1v1 matchup anymore, and we could see a bounty hunter or an earth spirit or something like that that would help Razor out.
True. Yeah, they're taking the time over this third. I think this is the slowest pick we've had over both drafts.
Yeah.
SG, just thinking about this one.
Well, I think they really had a game plan last time, which they executed, pretty immaculately. Maybe they want to try something different this time. Maybe they don't want to push into Gyrocopter, which is understandable. So maybe they're thinking about how they're going to play it. Plenty of time as well, and you've got when you've got a game in the bag. Sorry, you can be a little bit more ambitious with your drafting.
Yeah, I think
I would
that
not be surprised to see Underlord come out again, though.
Yeah, that is something that you see when games go like this. The team with the upper hand usually do take a little bit more risks, can play a little bit more aggressively. Gonna go for the Shadow Shaman, a good push, good hold with the Hex as well as the Shackles.
Great, yeah, great combination with the Razor. So that could be a safe lane Razor just off the back of that, because that's. I think it's 2.5 seconds at level 1, which is a long duration level 1 stun.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then the 74 base damage as well.
Exactly, yeah, huge harass.
Ice Frog, please.
He did buff Monkey King this patch though, so I'm gonna.
Is that it? You let everything else slide.
Yeah, I mean, swings and roundabouts, huh?
Well, he didn't buff Wind Ranger enough, so I'm still not happy.
She can go invis and be dodge everything and run at full movement speed with a creep walk. It's good enough.
Is it though? Is it?
Is it level 15? She gets the invis on the.
Yeah. Trade off between invis and +1 shackle time. It's no contest there, really.
It's nonsense. That's what it is. It's pure nonsense. It's just everything. I can run through creeps. I can run at full speed. You can't hit me, and you can't see me.
Oh, and it slows.
Oh, and it's slow. Of course. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah. Yeah. Ice Troll, get on that. That needs a buff.
But Mad Kings. Yeah, so the mid DP, we got the Gyrocopter pick now as well. Disruptor as that. I'm assuming it's going to be the position 5. They look for that Roman hero because that's what the standard build is at the minute. Is you got your mid laner, you carry your off laner, and then like a utility Roman hero, and then obviously your ward bitch position 5.
Dyer's pick.
Earth Slammer. Standing. So the team fight. Pretty unbelievable from Mad Kings. I wonder if that's going to be. I'm guessing it's offlane Shaker because it's a pretty greedy lineup if it's position 4.
10 seconds.
So I'm going to assume that's offlane Shaker. But I love this team fight.
5 seconds.
What else do you think they look for now? In terms
Mad
of
Kings?
Yeah, just to complete that lineup. What would be the Cine draft?
Oh, that's a dangerous question to ask. I would say you need a decent. Oof.
Or a better question: what would Pyrian Flax be screaming at you right now to pick up if this was Captain's mode?
Mid-lich. He'd be going mid-lich immediately. It's my stream. Do what I say. And I'd cave because that's what I do. Oh, they're running out of reserve time here, so they're really going to have to make a decision.
SG, not sure whether you want to go with this.
Radiant's ban.
It's the Batrider.
I like this purely on the fact that Gyrocopter's turn rate isn't the greatest, and Batrider absolutely destroys it. It takes Gyrocopter a full 3 seconds to do a 180.
10 seconds to go.
And here you don't see a huge amount of it at the moment, actually, Batrider. So I'm looking forward to see if you can find a place in this patch. I think for Indonesia though, for Indonesia, I'm reading the title of the tournament. Nice job, Cindy. For Mad Kings, forgive me. A Witch Doctor, or maybe even something a little tankier that can frontline. You don't really want to be initiating with Earthshaker. You want him to kind of be the second initiator after the fight's kind of set up. So even like an Ogre Magi or a Spirit Breaker, just something that's a little tankier that would gives you a bit of initiation. That would be great. But Witch Doctor seems to be flavour of the patch at the moment, and he's not banned yet. So let's see if they fancy him.
I mean, it'd be decent in a fight. You get those once you get the level 3, level 4 bongos off. You got the Disruptor that can then capitalise on that with a kinetic field. You know, you keep them locked down long enough. Maybe even something like a Tusk. You get the Ice Wall off. You block off 2 or 3 heroes.
Yeah, Tusk isn't. It's not a bad shout either. Can also he's phenomenal for dodging Omni Slash as well. I actually I don't know the interaction between Static Link and Snowball.
I think it's...
If we do see the Tusk, we'll find out.
Yeah. I think it still goes. I think. But... because it just makes sense, right? It's only broken by distance. Yeah.
And OD imprisonment doesn't break it, so I guess I assume it wouldn't. But it's great for dodging Omni Slash. It's one of the best roamers and early gankers in the game at the moment. Good for dodging Elder Titan stuff as well, particularly the ulti and Echo Stomp. So Queen of Pain, is that?
That's a pause for Earthshaker.
A posy for Earthshaker. Goodness me. And an off-lane...
Off-lane Queen of Pain? Yeah.
Okay. We did it, Reddit.
Hurrah. So yeah, it looks like... SG this time we're going to show you how to run the Juggernaut. But the pickup... Yeah, it is going to be that mid lane Razor. We've got the Costabiel on the Juggernaut. Theo once again onto the Elder Titan. Meanwhile on the side of Mad Kings, Benjaz playing the Gyrocopter, Mogar on the Death Prophet, Sladen picking up that position for Earthshaker, Leo Style, offlane Queen of Pain, now just waiting for KZ to pick up the Disruptor, which he just does do. The Poster on the Batrider and Pico on the Shadow Shaman. And I like this just because it goes back to something I've run since I first started playing Dota with one of my friends way back when. You run the Shadow Shaman Juggernaut, you get the Shackle into the spin from Costabiel, and you just go First Blood. Just to absolutely destroy.
It's a huge combo, 2 great pushing heroes as well. You got the push in Razor when he gets the Ags up as well, so again, a strong sustainable push on the side of SG. Massive team fight on the side of Mad Kings. A little greedy though. I have to say that Quap needs farm, Earthshaker needs a blink, Death Prophet needs farm, Gyrocopter certainly needs farm. It's only really Disruptor that can kind of make do with nothing. So maybe SU punishes this, I don't know. But
we get the stack gold now. So
that's true.
Sladen's main job, just stack those camps, stack every camp at once.
Yep, Gyro likes to stack. So, actually even Earthshaker likes to stack, so plenty of stack takers there.
So let's see where we can go with this. Again, if we take a look at the items, no smoke coming out this time, so SG not looking to take control. As I suppose, no bounty hunter to look for a quick pick-off on. But the Sending Razor solo top. Did they swap these lanes around?
We could see an aggro try, but I think they're just going to go for the invade for the rune. I don't think you want to aggro try into Gyro.
Yeah, where we get the good looks coming out. But Adriano in particular.
Oh, look at we could see bottom. Oh. Could see some engagement here.
Top level 1 Shackles, just needs to get in position to get those off.
I don't see them yet, either. I think they must know. Oh no, pings come out.
And this is interesting that the Shaker hasn't even left the base yet. Going to be looking for the block into the off lane. Queen of Pain sitting mid to look to block those creeps. So they could be giving up. Death Prophet's going to go for the invade because Razor's not sure what it's about. So it looks like the trade is going to be there on the runes. But Mad King's playing it extremely dangerous that if they'd have got caught out there, there would have been no rotations for the team fight.
I like this deep ward they've got on the Dire side. That's really nice.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to try and get aggressive. Juggernaut goes back for the block, but as far as it goes, ET, Shadow Shaman as well as the Juggernaut are down here. And the Gyrocopter makes a quick move up to the top. So, once again, we are going to be playing musical lanes as the first minute or so.
Pro players, I tell you.
Divas, all of them.
They're so smart, though. Like, they saw they must have seen the gank coming at level 1. Because they were hugging their tier 1 tower. Like,
ET's going to be TPing up. But Pico moves himself away for the Thunderstrike. And do you think that's going to be just on carry's orders that, okay, we see the aggressive or we see the Razor, so just instantly swap the lanes around?
Yeah, I think TP's happy farming kind of against the dual lane they've got at the moment, so I think you know, SG are kind of happy with that. Sorry, MK are happy with that. I don't know, I just think the thing that strikes me again is this Earthshaker's not going to be getting any farm in this lane. Jari's going to have a rough time, I think, as well.
Fish is going to come out. The Rocket Barrage as well. ET could be in a little bit of trouble. The missile's going to fly soon. Right clicks. Is it going to be enough? It should be. The drain's coming out. The damage. Benjus, is he going to be able to get it? Sladen still chasing. One more right clicks, but the heals coming out from the Tango. It looks like Elder Titan just barely surviving through this.
The drain was just enough to dissuade Gyro from continuing.
Yeah, I think one more right click would have had it coming out from Benjos, but like you say, that minus 29 damage, I think it was, just enough to keep him safe. It's bottom lane. Death Prophet. Right, I've got to ask about this because I'm not 100% on this. If she gets the drain off before the spin from Juggernaut, does the drain carry on?
It can't be dispelled. I think it does carry on, yes.
Right.
It doesn't. You can't cast it on the spell immunity, but I think it persists through spell immunity.
Denied.
Well, mid lane, Laposa up against Leo style. Both heroes that I thought were going to be in the off lane. Laposa taking a little bit of harass coming up from the Shadow Strike, and Leo style, well, the sticky napalm's not really going to bother her unless she tries to run right into it like that. Meanwhile, bot lane, Juggernaut getting close, looking for these pulls, and both sets of heroes looking to contest this. Kinetic Field comes out, spin, Juggernaut's just going to leave his buddy. As Pico does get the TP back to the fountain. No glimpse there on the Disruptor just yet to pull that back. Sladen, I suppose what he can look for is the pull into the lane. Maybe look to stack that side camp, you know, to get the bonus call that way, but does need to be careful and aware of where the Razor is if the Razor rotates into farm the jungle.
I think they've laned this well, SG, because obviously Gyro needs to get up close and personal for the Rocket Barrage damage, but that's just where Razor wants you to be for the static link, so you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place if you're Gyrocopter.
Meanwhile, bot lane, Disruptor gets his clarity cancelled off, just pops another one, trying to fill up his mana. Yeah, it's a bit of a, for effectively an aggro dual lane on the bot lane, it's a bit of a quiet game. No one, well, the ET was the closest we've come to first blood. As Razor, gonna get the drain, but Sladen just TPs himself away, not gonna be enough damage coming out there.
I mean, they could absolutely kill Death Prophet, but they don't know that Disruptor's not in the lane at the moment. So, oh, the range of that shackle.
Cheeky pause though.
Ice Frog, please.
Yeah. Juggernaut, is he going to be able to get himself in range? Should be able to get in range for the 2 points in the spin. The right click's coming out, the stomp out there as well. The stomp's there as well. Going to be saved. Kinetic Field comes out but doesn't save the Death Prophet. And now the chase is on. Can they get anything to close down the Disruptor? No mana for the shackles.
Ouch.
One pop the wand and shackle, but Elder Titan not interested in DP, already back to the lane. So the Shadow Shaman a little deep here.
Stomp once again, but the Disruptor is going to be able to walk that away. The Glimpse comes back, though, right on top of Moga. Connected Field once again could try and turn this around with the Shackles. Disruptor comes in. There's going to be the Fisher coming through from Sladen, and Moga picks that kill up onto Pico. Now Pico's dead, so what's he going to be able to do? Moga moves himself back to the lane. Looks like he doesn't want to be missing that CS. And the Earthshaker gets bored, walks away.
He needs to be involved in these kills. Like, great rotation. Interrupted the shackles. Ensured the kill. And, yeah, saved a life. So...
Bot lane leaves 40R up against Gyrocopter. And Gyrocopter doesn't have the greatest attack range in the world, if we take a look. So that does mean 40R can get those static links off. Even going ahead in terms of farming levels.
Yeah, Razor and Juggernaut both having great lanes so far. Again, that shackle range.
Great shackles, yeah. And once again, the spin is there. KZ tries to get the kinetic field off, but with the Omni Slash, sorry, the Blade Fury, it's late, guys. Shackles once again onto the DP. Right clicks being there, and even the ET damage comes out.
Pico dies to neutrals. No.
I thought for a second the Centaur might try to steal it, but does go the way of SG. And that's a good rotation on the Stomp. Razor was really darn low. ET could pay with his life for this, but they do save the Razor.
Good patience on the Fisher there. Making sure only to expend it if it was needed.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
40, there is 3 heroes up here if they want to try and get aggressive once again, but the lane's pushed all the way back. You want mid lane? Laposa takes that Shadow Strike. The Sticky Napalm stacking up once again. But level 7, no Sonic Wave just yet on the Queen of Pain. Actually opted for the 3 points into the Scream of Pain.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's 250 mana to cast level 1. And it's only... Okay, the pure damage is big, but... I see a lot of pros kind of holding that for later on. Get an extra point in the Blink next level as well.
Yeah, and I suppose when you're just looking for farm over kills in the mid lane, you know, yeah, because your attacks aren't going to be that great with a Batrider there, so you want to be getting them with the Scream of Pain. Speaking of kills, Moga, though, gets the life drain off onto Pico. Pico's getting pretty down low. The spin comes up from the Juggernaut, trying to chase down the Death Prophet. Is he going to be able to get himself back underneath the tier 1 tower? One more right click from the Juggernaut. Pico actually cheekily picks that one up. The Shackles onto the Earthshaker just to get the Juggernaut away, but there's going to be the Glimpse. Kinetic Field comes out once again, so this could be a double going the way of Matt Kings.
Beautiful.
And Leo Style even gets the Batrider in the mid. Oh, talking about not going for kills. They just like to prove me wrong. They do this on purpose, I'm pretty sure. You know, they say, oh, the caster, he said that, let's go for something else.
Caster, curse. Caster, curse.
Of course, it's pretty big-headed to think it's all about me, but, you know, doesn't mean I'm wrong.
That's what I think, so... Worked out pretty well so far.
Fortunes change.
It's mid lane Leo Style. Does he go for the Veil, or... Because you see a lot of
the
just go for the double null tally.
Double null tally. ODs being the classic example where you see this. The stats are just so good. And I think, you know, if you'll remember the... oh, you're testing my patch knowledge now, where they made a spell power scale with int. If you're an int hero as well, it just means you hit a little bit harder as well. So spell amp, sorry, it's called.
Yeah, spell amp. I think the best of, or the least ridiculous of the 3 changes: agility, adding to movement speed, and then the status resist.
Huge, yeah.
Made Tiny viable again. With the plus, is it like plus 40, plus 50 he gets on his ultimate?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And lane Queen of Pain is going to get the Shadow Strike off onto Theo once again, but there's going to be the Hex, the Shackles, the Stomp, any damage to come through as the TP is come through from the Earthshaker, so could be able to save the Queen of Pain's life. In fact, they could even try and turn this as he blinks it forward. Pico being trapped in. Leo Style picks up the kill Gonna be able to give it the old wander away.
Great play by Leo Star there, knowing exactly what his hero is capable of, and being able to get out on time as well. And also toggles off his two null tallies to get the best out of his healing salve as well.
Sladen, I mean, he's got nearly 1,300 gold 10 minutes in. That's not bad for a position 4 Earthshaker looking for that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's done well. He's been involved in a couple of key kills, double kill under the tower a couple of minutes ago. So I think things are looking up for Earthshaker actually. Maybe he might come online a little sooner than we anticipated.
And now Theo, mid lane, going towards the Soul Ring. It seems like, I mean, I'm surprised that the Elder Titan is the quote-unquote roamer, but it seems to be paying off. He gets in, he's got himself involved in 3 of the 4 kills. Really good at protecting as the rotation comes down. The Gyrocopter on the bottom lane. I wonder what he's going to be doing here as Juggernaut is the only hero.
Commits to the Sonic Wave.
The glimpse back onto the Jug as well. Can't get the spin because he's stunned up by the Fisher. It's great synergy coming out from the 2 supports on the side of Mad Kings. Mid lane being pushed in. EP holding the ult as well. I guess she just holds this, maybe looks for a team fight to break out, or maybe a tier 2 doesn't really need it for that tier 1 that was going down anyway. We've not checked in with the Razor in quite a while. Going straight for the BKB.
Yeah.
Good choice. Panic choice.
It's not ideal. You never want to go first out in BKB on any hero really. Just means particularly now since the cooldown change. Just means it's at 5 seconds that much earlier. But maybe just by virtue of the amount of magic damage they have with the Echo Slam Fisher, all of Queen of Pain, all of Disruptor, that it's been deemed necessary.
Yeah, I suppose you don't want to be stepping into that fight if you can do anything about it. Just to note, he got the deny off onto the Shadow Shaman as well once he was under the effect of that Shadow Strike. Where's he going to be coming in? He's got his ultimate pop now as well. The Plasma Field comes out. Static Link comes through onto the DP. Right clicks. And Queen of Pain gets the blink away. She's going to be able to get the TP out as well. Nothing to cancel that up. And at least one of them gets out safe. It looks like they want to try and make a return. Tower for tower. As Juggernaut has made his way up to the top lane. Waits for his creeps. Pops the healing ward and just starts to throw out the right clicks onto the tower.
Oh, Disruptor.
He's gonna be able to get himself away. Nope.
Has to commit the last 2 though, so.
Have fun trying to bust down Radiant's
I suppose you don't really want to be giving that away.
Rider, but kind of expensive.
And Mogar comes up on his own. Juggernaut does have the Omni Slash. It's only level 1, so probably wouldn't have been enough to kill the Death Prophet. But it was really brave. Didn't know what was behind the Juggernaut. To be fair, still went for it.
I think very much the same kind of template as last game, in the MK maybe slightly winning out in the lanes. But again, if last game's anything to go by, SG play for the mid game, and they explode from there. Like Earthshaker closing, but he's very close to. He's about 500 gold away from his Blink Dagger now, which as a position 4 is pretty amazing.
Do something about that bottom tower.
And I suppose it helps when your team does group up like this. You take a tier 1 tower mid, take a tier 1 tower top as well.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
So that bonus gold really coming into play. Mogar comes up though. The ET has already TP'd himself away. Juggernaut looks to rotate out as well. Are they going to try and go for a 5-man? There's a smoke available on the side of MK, but I can't see one on the side of... Oh, there it is. On to Pico. Leo style, moving away. Looks like everybody's just moving away safe. There is this ward that's about to wear off that does see the Gyrocopter. Whether they go for a gank here or not, so they're just going to go for the XP as well as the gold on the Juggernaut for that stack. Bit of a slower Battle Fury this time for SG's Juggernaut.
Well, it was in an aggro dual lane, so you know, not unexpected.
True. The Fisher. Oh, the Fisher comes out and just hits onto the Juggernaut as he was running down the stairs as well. I think that was a blind Fisher, but just catches him.
So, I think maybe Mad King's right off this tower. Looks like they are not interested in contesting those snakes right now. Yeah, I think they're happy to let that go.
Yeah, in fact, it's probably one of... Since the Rush pit was moved up to the top side of the map, it's probably one of the least important. I know it's your carries farm lane tower, but towards the 15-minute mark, it's really not that important. Gives up a bit of map control, but in the end, when the Gyrocopter can move into the tree zone, they're going to make a move onto the Juggernaut. The Echo Slam, the call down, everything thrown at the Juggernaut, and they do pick him off, and it looks like the Queen of Pain did actually go towards that field. They bring back Pico now as well. Leo Style with the double.
Great movement from Mad King Stan. I think that was the reveal of the Blink Dagger as well. Using that to full effect.
You think you're right, yeah. Yeah, just got caught off guard. Should have left with the rest of his team, but got a little bit greedy. Thought he could farm up between the tier 1, where the tier 1 was, and the tier 2. And Mad King's made him pay.
That just delays that Battle Fury kind of even more.
Omni Slash committed for the Disruptor. Static Storm going to be used. Kinetic Field's no longer there. Moga, the spin from the Juggernaut is going to wear off now. There's 4 heroes about for Mad Kings. Do they want to try and make a play for this? The Razor in the mid lane. There's going to be the drag back onto the Earthshaker. So SG should be able to get something out of this.
A sacrifice.
What lane? They're not done just yet. Leo Style. Constable needs to move himself back. The drums pop by the Gyrocopter as well. The call down. Wrong place, my friend.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Good position from Jug. He's very bold given that he's 100 gold away from his Battle Fury. Farming the enemy jungle.
I mean, you've got to risk it, don't you? Especially when the side shop's just there. He picks up the...
Just stack that cab. You heard the, you heard the noise. There we go. So 70 minutes, respectable, I think, given the lane situation.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's not a naked BF as well. You got the phase boots as well as the Aquila, the wand as well.
Aquila wand phase, exactly. He's actually second on net worth as well, just only about two net worth behind. There we go. Just jostled into first place.
And this is going to really start to amp up as well.
Mm-hmm. So, what I've noticed there is Razor's actually scratched the BKB. Is it on the courier now?
I think it's on the courier.
It's on the courier now, forgive me.
He's just going to get it, but the Static Storm pops the BKB and walks out the kinetic field.
He was dead for sure without it.
But that is his 10 seconds down. 18 minutes into the game. Like you say, saves his life, so lets him farm another day. And yeah, he's going to go straight for the axe, so it looks like they want to go and add to the push.
Yeah. It's huge.
Speaking of push, the ward's in the trees, Juggernaut's going to be glimpsed back. He's got the spin, so he is just going to be able to waltz out the kinetic field.
Fisher just off the mark, made the pathing difficult for the rest of his team. Nice combo of the silence into glimpse as well, so he couldn't spin it off.
Lincoln's coming out for the Queen of Pain as well. Is there anything specific? I suppose the static link, there's a lot coming out from the Shadow Shaman there that can be targeted down on the Queen of Pain. Even the Batrider's Lasso. So yeah, good item coming out for the Queen of Pain, and it's going to be pretty soon as well.
Good stats as well, and you don't really need, because you have Scream of Pain, you don't need the right click to farm waves. Whereas if you're a Faceless Void or a hero like that doesn't have any natural kind of creep clearing ability, it can be costly to go for a kind of a first or second item. Lincoln's.
Top lane, they make the move onto the Gyrocopter, the lasso, the draining damage, the spin.
Dead.
Yeah, Gyrocopter's going to come crashing down. And it even opens up this top tier 2 tower.
That is an empathy rotation if I've ever seen one from Earthshaker. Able to help, but wanting to support.
Yeah, it's one of those, don't you, where you get about halfway just so you can say to your carry, look, I was on my way, but you know, you were too far gone.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Yeah, the tier 2 tower gonna fall, and it looks like they want to move themselves into the mid lane.
The Dire went and fortified that
So Jug,
Radiant's mid tower.
it's coming out in the career there. Gonna be the Asher. Omni Slash though.
It's rough.
118 Omni kills. Though I don't know whether the ones in the private lobbies count. Maybe they do.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
I think they do, yeah.
I would have thought, I mean, there's no difference.
It's ticketed. It's a ticketed one as well. I think especially they do. I mean, the rules are slightly different if it's a ticketed event versus just a you know, an offline private game.
So SG, 4K net worth in the driver's seat, 11 to 9, 20 minutes in, net worth, like I said, going the way of the Juggernaut, and it is just starting to stack up now with that Battle Fury, 10k on him, closely followed by the Queen of Pain. Yeah, is there anything specific, again, that the Jug goes for, or do you just think he follows the standard Manta style?
I think Manta style absolutely required. The movement speed and the damage output it provides, but also the silence from DP. He needs to Manta that off. It's going to be, you know, as we saw almost a minute ago, he would have died if they'd hit the Fissure. So I think if you can Manta off the silence, that's going to be huge. Allows them to push faster. Great start item, lots of movement speed. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It's the next item that I'm curious about. Whether it's going to be a BKB or a Butterfly or a Basher or an I've Scatty.
I mean, PKB specifically in this game, like you said, just because of the amount of magic damage coming out onto Mad Kings, wouldn't be the worst shout in the world. It does offer him that.
Sure.
Then from the spin, the BKB back into the spin, about 15-16 seconds worth of magic immunity. So, and like I say, there's a lot of lockdown. The dragged backs, the connected field. Wouldn't be the worst item in the world, but then could even just go for something like the Butterfly, just to mess with the Gyrocopter.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
Pinging out the Roshan, so Elder Titan spotted it out. Commit the DP ult. They want to go for this, and do we see SU respond?
Razor's going to TP in. In fact, Pico could drop the... Not even going to need to drop the wards for the tier 2 tower. Stomp clears out the pit. Earth Splitter is going to come across now as well. Gyrocopter caught in that. Fissure though blocks off the Razor. What do we see? Costable's going to come in. Laposa. Aegis picked up by Benjaz, but he's instantly going to be picked up by that Slasso. Meanwhile, the kinetic field. Gyrocopter going to be dragged back as the Juggernaut silenced up and taken down. Leo style picks him up with the ultimate, and now the wards have dropped. Benjaz, Aegis popped. Leo style trying to get himself up, but he's fighting up into the snakes.
He's got no BKB, Benjaz, either.
Oh, big Fissure lands onto 3. Sladen though pays with his life. Leo style picks himself up a triple. Gets himself away as well on about 50 health. And now 4DR being chased down as well. It's going to be a full team wipe. Mad King's picking up a great fight there and even farming the wards. I think
that went really well for MK. I must admit, I thought when Jara got lassoed just like a millisecond after he popped his BKB, I thought, oh, that's terrible. He's going to get blown up. He's going to come back. He's got no defense against the magic damage of SG, and then the Echo Slam was huge. The Sonic Wave was huge. I think they just fought really well around it. I don't know if you saw, but the lasso over the cliff kind of here was a little awkward because Shadow Shaman and Elder Titan were chasing him up the cliff and weren't involved in the rest of the fight because of it. So yeah, tough break for SG.
I'll take that as tribute.
I think as well the Fissure just coming through that way and just blocking the Razor off, and it was great position from Mad Kings just to try and split that fight up into little pockets, little skirmishes, like you say, that they could just break down. And the Queen of Pain, the ultimate winner in that, taking 3 or 4 kills and even getting out on about 40 health. They look like they want to be pushing this tier 2 tower as well now, with Death Prophet The ultimate comes back up in 5 seconds, so they could take this tier 2 tower, maybe look to put pressure onto the tier 3. Nope, just gonna... Oh. Okay, she's holding it for now, yeah. Just going to be putting pressure on with the tier 2 creeps. Meanwhile, the drag back, the kinetic field's up as well. This is going to be a dead Elder Titan Static Storm. Or is it? Kinetic field doesn't hold up for now, and the Scepter comes out as well, so could be a return. Casey getting into a little bit of trouble.
Oh, that's a great play by. Oh, the back and forth between Earthshaker and Batrider is beautiful. Opposed to all a great flame break to get him, and he's going to lasso him. Oh.
Yeah. But it did buy time for the Queen of Pain as well as the Death Prophet to take this tier 2 tower on the top. So you lose 2 supports, but they're up so quickly, especially with the Disruptor now, that SG really shouldn't be able to capitalize on this, and you do get an objective in the tower as well. Hero levels, Queen of Pain is sitting at the top, level 17. She goes for the 30% lifesteal, but what do you think at level 25? 20-second spell block or the 1.5 fear?
I'm a huge advocate of the spell block because it's a free Lincoln Sphere and it stacks with the actual Lincoln Sphere she has. And you've got a couple of you've got Static Link, you've got the Lasso, you've got things you want to be blocking.
Speaking of Lasso, the Yule Scepter going to be keeping the Batrider in place, but Gyrocopter caught up in that. Earth Splitter, not going to be that effective.
Yules.
Yeah.
No drag back at all.
Kinetic Field, though, speaking of drag backs, Casey just gets 4DR there, and the BKB Pop Ben just wants to commit to this. Where's the Queen of Pain? What's she doing in this?
Slash.
Costabiel picks up the Gyrocopter and now DP, throws out good Fisher, Echo Slam. Shadow Shaman is going to be able to run himself away. Theo gets killed off, and Pico for going to follow. Now the Dire, it's a DD onto the Queen of Pain. Sladen picks up 4DR. TPO, Batrider barely gets himself away as the Fisher flies through a second too late.
Again, the reveal of the Blink Dagger for the first time being absolutely critical. Gyrocopter thought he was safe. Juggernaut blinks across the trees. He's got no creeps. A full duration Omni Slash to take down the BKB Gyro. That's huge.
It's a bit bally. He's got the TP out with the spin, so no way to really stop that TP, but if he'd have got caught out a second before that, would have been maybe the death of the Juggernaut.
Shout out to Jeff though, if you're watching.
Oh yeah, Jeff, you're my boy.
Urshica closing in on a Shadow Blade makes it much easier for him to position for these team fights, but I think he's been great so far, to be honest. Like,
is that where he stops? I'm looking at SG and I'm not seeing anyone worth going towards a Silver Edge for.
Fortunes change.
No, I think it's not really. There's no Bristleback. There's no PA. There's no. But it's good for. It's great for stats. And it makes it a bit more slot efficient, but as a position for Earthshaker, you're not worried about that too much. If you're a Slark or a Monkey King or something like that, you absolutely get the Silver Edge, just for the stats, to be honest. Otherwise, it's too expensive to give up the slot.
So 17 to 15, Mad Kings, they've taken the lead in the kills with those, well, the team wipe in that great fight they took on the mid lane there as well. But SG, they still want to get aggressive here. They're still pushing themselves in. There's no Aegis for Mad Kings. That's already gone down. And
I mean,
oh god.
Well, they've struggled in the past couple of team fights, but they are actually first and third on net worth, SG. So the farm speed, and if you look at the graphs, the team net worth is still on SG's side despite losing the last 2 team fights. So they're very much still in this game. I think Razor going for a Scaddy. Yeah.
Oh, Queen of Pain's going to bounce onto the Shadow Shaman. Is he going to get the TP away? Blowing up Leo style. Showing off the Orchid there.
I think Shadow Shaman dies in Fountain anyway, but good to get the XP. So, is it the Orchid then?
Razor at the group, and up the Blink Dagger from the Earthshaker is there. They're going to be able to glimpse him back. Oh, pops the BKB.
The BKB.
So, no Shadow Shaman for 28. They've got the DPL, they've got the Queen of Pain ult, everything's up. Do Mad Kings make a play for the tier 3s, or did they just come back to defend this push on? It looks like they are coming back, or at least the Earthshaker.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Again, I feel like Juggernaut knew that he was there in this. He didn't commit to the full push. It's a great game sense there. Elder Titan in a lot of trouble there bottom lane.
Yeah, they are going to be able to clean this one up. Just leaving the last for Leo Style.
They're also having a phenomenal game on this Queen of Pain. Putting on a clinic, frankly. And he's going for the BKB for his next item.
Yeah, I think Queen of Pain is in a really good place at the minute. One of those mid-heroes that just been around for ages. She's kind of... I think there was a stat on Reddit before that Queen of Pain and Nature's Prophet haven't had the base kit changed for 14 years.
Wow.
And again, she's just that stable pickup in the mid lane. She's great 1v1 once she gets the Orchids, things like the Lincoln Sphere. And yeah, Leo Style really showing how to play the Queen of Pain at the moment.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
The tier 2 tower being pressured now, even the Echo Shell being put onto the Death Prophet from the... It's got that.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
Oh, it's just the Death Prophet as the... I was looking at either the Disruptor or the Earthshaker, but yeah, it's going to be the Death Prophet's Lotus up.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help. The Dire couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Eco trying to push down the top tower as well, doing the old split push Shadow Shaman. Does force Mad Kings back slightly.
This represents the first time in since about 11 minutes in that MK are ahead on net worth. So they've broken even, and now they're ahead. I think, interestingly, Juggernaut following the exact same build as the MK Juggernaut saw in the previous game, blink into BKB. So again, respecting the magic damage of Mad Kings.
And it looks like they aren't afraid. They still want to try and break the base. The Queen of Pain's not that far up into the top lane as well, so this is going to be SG. I mean, Roshan is back up in 6. If Razor moves in, Batrider's going to scout it out, but if anyone moves back into that pit, they are going to see that. And the ward spots the Shadow Shaman running past the pit. Now it's Mad Kings. They're just going to sit just past where the tier 2 tower used to be, maybe trying to bait something in. But everybody on the side of SG just backing themselves away to the wrong side of the map.
Rosh is back up and ready for the taking. Yeah, if you're Mad Kings, this map is getting very small. Just your shines. Your shrines? Your shrines, excuse me.
The shiny shrines.
If anyone asks, English is not my first language.
No, you've only lived here all your life, so...
Yeah, I've only lived here, yeah.
It's hard. Everyone knows it's a hard language. Nobody got into that Roche pit to spot it out yet, so... Roshan going to be remaining undisturbed. There's Batrider. Got the Invis rune, he's got himself a blink and the Force Staff to get a quick escape. Stop that Yule Scepter from coming out. Are they going to be able to move themselves up here? The ward's coming out, spots the Earthshaker as well as the Disruptor. Any fights coming through, the fish is going to be off the mark and Shadow Shaman will be able to move himself back. 5 heroes once again.
I think looking to take a fight, but both wanting to be the initiators. Like, nobody's split pushing. The waves are pretty equal around the kind of meridian. So we see Jugger split off to farm now, but...
Yeah, and interesting to note, there's only 2 heroes per team that have buyback. So, like you say, they both want to be careful because, effectively, if they lose a team fight here, it could be Rax as a consequence.
Yeah, it almost certainly will be. Both teams have huge amounts of push. You've got DPLT on one side, and you've got Juggernaut and Shadow Shaman, and Razor with Ags on the other. So,
and he's going to be going for the Skadi on the Razor. Usually, once they've got,
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
what's he got coming out on the courier? Anything coming out there? Ah, nothing.
Glimmer Cape, I think. Yeah, Glimmer Cape for Elder Sign for SG.
So yeah, the Razor not opting for that Axe. He's got himself the Hurricane Pike and going to go straight for the Skadi for a bit more survivability. The slow as well. I suppose that's going to help with the static blink.
Plus 10 armor, level 20. I think Razor's talents are pretty... Actually, their level 25 is a little lame, but other than that, Razor's talents are pretty amazing.
I'm surprised he's gone for... yeah, okay, no, actually he's not going for the Axe build. I was going to say, you usually go for that minus 0.1 either storm strike interval, but that's more for killing the buildings.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they're going to be fighting like this, the 10 armor, well worth it.
I think they've got plenty of push, kind of as it is. You've hit a point of, I think at a certain point you hit a diminishing return kind of point.
Yeah.
So I think being able to survive the fights in order to then push is what he's going for.
And interestingly, everybody but the Razors bought out. So yeah, this fight probably more than likely going to be Rax if both teams commit to this. The loser is going to lose a lane, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you got Shadow Shaman pressing bottom lane as well. I think SG learnt their lesson last time they tried to contest Rosh, maybe. Just want to apply some pressure. The wards are dropped, and I think you're going to get maybe 2/3 of the tower from that.
But it's going to be it's actually going to be a Shadow Shaman. I think they're going to be able to pick up the Juggernaut as well. The chase is going to be in. There's a Yule Scepter Mogar with the Death Prophet. Oh, going to be able to chase him down. The spin, but the TP is still on cooldown. And now the BKB. Is there going to be enough damage to take Kostabil down? The Sonic Wave!
Sonic Wave just clips it.
He get the kill and he's down for 76 seconds. But
that is big, but you did lose a tier 3, which means your shrines are now vulnerable, which again just means this map is getting very, very small.
Yeah.
For MK. That first tier 3 is so important.
Wasn't a complete fight as well, so Mad Kings are gonna find it hard to push up because all the lanes were pretty pushed in as well. So if it was maybe 3 or 4 heroes going down on the side of SG, then yeah, Mad Kings rush up a lane, take a lane of Rax. But the fact that they've still got 3 heroes to defend, SG looking pretty safe here. They do have a little bit of pressure put on them because the Juggernaut again not back up for the next 36. But Shadow Shaman's here. You've got ET that can sleep, Razor with the Plasma Field.
I think they can hold for 30. You got no DPLT. Jaro's gone for the team fighty build.
But the Echo Shell. Now the sleep as well. Gyrocopter being held in there. The cooldown's going to come on top of the Razor. Is he going to be able to pop the BKB? Oh, with that Echo Slam. That Fisher as well. Razor is down. And in fact, went for the buyout. So no buyback for him. Queen of Pain goes in. ET tries to get himself away. Will be able to get himself away. Shadow Shaman though might not be so lucky with the blink in. The Scream of Pain.
Still the cheese available on Leo style as well. So can reinitiate at any stage quite comfortably. Now they're in a bit of trouble. Aegis still available on Gyrocopter.
Yeah, it looks like Benjaz. The fortification's going to be there, but with no Razor, no Shadow Shaman for the next at least 34 seconds, you are looking at a 3v5 that you do not want to take. And now the DP ult comes out as well.
I think this could be 2 lanes. I really do. They've got so much sustain. Yup, they're going to go top. And again, you don't even need to cheese. You've got the Lincoln Sphere for regen, so you can use it in the fight.
And looking at the Queen of Pain, she's got the Poor Man's Doom as well, the Orchid as well as the Nullifier. So it's going to be extremely hard. I think that was actually what stopped the Razor from being able to get off his BKB. Yeah, and they got 2 lanes of Rax.
I think committing the Blink Echo to guarantee the kill on Razor was absolutely huge. They stun locked him perfectly, and 2 lanes of Rax it cost them. So. Huge from Mad Kings.
I'll take that as tribute.
Now mid lane, they're stacking up once again, maybe just to try and clear this off. They do have a tier 2 tower that Mad Kings have to push through towards the SG's bot lane, but it's got 600 health left. That's going to be child's play for Mad Kings to get through. Whether they want to try and risk it now, Because he can just sit out of the base. Just apply the pressure slowly to the tier 3 tower on the bot lane while the other 2 lanes push in. And this is really going to test SG's patience. Because if they commit too much, then the other lanes will be able to put pressure onto the tier 4 towers, and Mad Kings should be able to split up a team fight here. It looks like they want to try and commit to a fight onto this tier 2.
That one looking for a pick.
And Potion's going to get the pick onto the Gyrocopter. Yeah, nothing this time. And Gyrocopter, Aegis is going to be popped, but there's going to be the blink in onto the Razor, the Nullifier as well, the Silence, the Drag Back, Echo Slam, Sonic Wave, everything being thrown out onto that Razor is down for the next 78 seconds. And now Juggernaut span up into the O's. He's going to be able to get that Omni Slash off. Doesn't want to commit it just yet because of the Gyrocopter illusions, but Leo Style in the back lines. Omni Slash now comes through, bounces to the creeps and bounces back to the Queen of Pain. Who does have buyback.
So important to pick off that quad. Still had the cheese as well. You need to blow Leo up in one go.
2 heroes down, ET as well as Razor. On both sides actually, the Disruptor and the Queen of Pain. Do you think both teams, well the Shrine's being pressured in now, but you think both teams just kind of give it that old, you go your way and we'll go ours?
Yeah, a little bit. I think maybe SG. I think they're on the back foot now. They still reeling from that previous fight where they lost 2 racks. I think that Omni Slash, all it did thus far is keep them in the game. I don't know. They're gonna have to do something pretty miraculous to come back from 2 lanes.
I mean, they do have the Aftershock from the Shadow Shaman, the Razor's Plasma Field, even the Batrider with the Sticky Napalm, the Firefly, Juggernaut obviously with the Battle Fury, so there are ways to clear these lanes off.
Sure.
But like you say, it comes back to like last match where you can't spend too long out of your base. If you get caught out, or if you get caught in a fight that just keeps extending and extending, or just that kind of stir off between the 2 teams, your lanes are going to push in. And
but I think particularly you have the Quap who's now hits really hard. You've got the Nullifier, the Mjolnir, the Orchid Malevolence, which is, I presume is going to be a Bloodthorn at some point. You know, she can split push a lane by herself and escape, and that means you either got to contest the next rush.
Oh, this could be bad. Earthshaker has a BKB though, is going to pop that. Try and run himself away, slowed down by the Razor's right click. Is he going to be able to commit to the Echo Slam actually? Razor, yeah, still picks him up, and even the DP ultimate comes out. So I guess SG just trying to move themselves away. 4D are going to be popping the BKB. The Omni Slash comes through onto the DP. Is he going to be able to get it with the shackles coming out from the Shadow Shaman as well? DP is going to go down. Ward's committed onto this Gyrocopter, trying to run himself away. Queen of Pain is there as well. The spins, the right clicks. Is there going to be anything to slow this? The 4-staff. Oh, who's actually got the Nullifier? I think he's actually onto the Juggernaut now as well.
Juggernaut, yeah.
Sonic Wave comes out. Benji has. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this as 4DR looks to go down? One more right click. And both the carry as well as the Razor are going to go down here, but they're not done just yet. The tier 4's being pressured. The TP going back from the Shadow Shaman, but KZ under a lot of pressure. One more right click. Juggernaut, is he going to be able to pick this one off? Should be able to earn. Not going to save his life.
That Nullifier doing so much work. Stopped the Yules on Death Prophet in the previous fight, and stopped Quap using Orchid or her own Nullifier in the fight afterwards.
But Mad Kings are up so quickly. It's 40 seconds on the Gyrocopter. There's no way they can push these lanes out. Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's so difficult to come back from 2 lanes when they've got you know, decent split push, and they've got Roche. They could do Roche with 4, even 3 heroes. So and it's Refresher Roche is the next one. So yeah, you're in a tough position. Certainly not unwinnable though. But you'd have to take a fight, push out the lanes, and then you've got buybacks to contend with. It's a tough situation.
Yeah, I suppose that's what you want to be looking to force out. The only way, really, that SG are going to be able to get anything from this if they do get those buybacks out. But it's catch-22, really. You want to be pushing in those lanes to get the buybacks, but you can't really push in the lanes because of the buybacks. If you lose a team fight, you've kind of lost the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Could see some mind games with these illusion runes.
Rider going to get the drag onto the Gyrocopter, the BKB in the force staff as well. Earth Splitter's going to be there. The Omnislash, though, comes through, and it's actually going to be the Gyrocopter. Echo Slam committed, and it's going to be the cooldown as well. This should be the game as Costa Bill's going to go down for 99 seconds. There is the buybacks on the Shadow Shaman as well as the Bat Rider, but GG is going to be called, and we're taking it to a game number 3. So Mad Kings have the chance to come back for a reverse sweep.
These games have been close. They're being on a show for us.
Yeah, man, SA is really damn good. Pretty much all the teams were around a similar level, and they just fight non-stop as well. It's really great Dota to watch. So, we are going to be going towards game 3. Once again, it will be between about 10 and 15 minutes before we are back. Hope you enjoyed it. Stick around for game number 3. Cinny, are you going to be with me?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, guys, again, we'll take a quick break and we'll see you after this.